Thanks, guys, for coming. I know it's a late game and sticking around. Really proud of our team and this win. We talked this week about our energy and just having pride. And I thought we played with a ton of togetherness, a lot of mental and physical toughness. I thought it's funny they're now veteran post, but I thought our post players were absolute beasts inside. I thought our guards distributed the ball really well, and Washington's good. I know they haven't won a game yet in the conference, but they've been close with everyone, and they made us work for this. And I was proud of what our team did tonight, and I think it's something that we can build off of.
Just a question for Nina and Christine. You guys obviously carried the load tonight. Your back wasn't giving you a lot to score production. How tough is that for you guys when you really feel like you're the two ones to kind of carry that mantle for the game?
I mean, it's actually kind of funny. In practice, we practice hanging off of Christine or hanging off of some of our other posts. Because if you've noticed, Christine will get three people on her, but she acts like is one coverage because we practice that. And then you have guards who have that many assists with that less turnovers. It makes the whole thing a lot easier and a lot enjoyable.
Washington was, really scrappy the whole game. They fought really hard and they kind of shut you guys down from the outside for a stretch there when they made the comeback. What changed in the fourth quarter for you guys that turned the game around?
Well, I think their game plan their entire game was to pressure on the perimeter and fluster us so we couldn't get it where we wanted it to go. And I actually said to Christine at one point, and this might make some of you chuckle, at some point I said, it's Sac State. And I don't mean that as any disrespect to Washington, but the same game plan of let's pressure because they don't necessarily match up in the post. And it was more about our mindset. I wanted Christine to feel like she could score every single time in the post if we got it there. I wanted Nina to feel like she could score every single time. And our guards did their job. I don't feel like they shut our guards down. I felt like the guards were getting the ball where it needed to get to, which was the middle of the floor and then over the top. We could have made a few more threes. I think TZ hit some dagger ones and Kiana missed some really good looks that she normally makes, and Kayla. But for the most part, the game plan was get the ball where it needs to go, and they had no answer for these two. And that's really the sign of a veteran team understanding what needs to happen.
Thomas was back and she was clearly energized right out of the gate. I know she's a big factor on the court. How is it having her back?
It's always great having her on the court. She plays really hard. She gets all of us together, and it was fun playing with her. I'm so glad she's back and healthy.
Oh, I love that girl. Those threes at the end, you can always tell she's going to make it because she just is so locked in from the start, and we're always confident, even if she misses a few at the start, that she's going to bring it when we need it.
You guys got off to a really strong start in the game and then came back. What sort of accounted for their ability to get back in the game after you guys were up by, I think, 10 in the first quarter?
I think a couple things. If you look at their kind of ebb and flow, they've had a lot of big runs in each game because they can make you play frenzied a little bit. So I thought there were two things when we stopped scoring in the second quarter. We just missed some chippies. We missed some really good looks where I thought we'd still do the right thing, and sometimes the ball doesn't go in. And then I thought we rushed a few shots too, and sort of forgot what we were trying to do. And we got out of our game plan a little bit. Defensively, it was pretty consistent what they were doing. They scored around the same amount. We had a big first quarter, and then that lull in the second quarter, I think just missing some chippies and then maybe rushing some shots. But our players have been incredibly coachable. I think we have all year, but the fact that we did not perform how we wanted to perform in Arizona, and they came back even off of a win in the second game and said, okay, we need to be better. I felt like we were more locked in. I felt like whatever the message was at any point in the game, they were really hearing me and got that done. So I wasn't worried that we weren't going to be able to kind of fix that, a little bit of a drought in the second quarter, and we did.
Lindsay, you talked about the ball distribution from your guards. Can you just talk about how you broke the pressure and was they way up after that, it seemed like, especially in the first quarter?
Yeah, I think Michaela is just such an incredible player because you can just put her in different spots and trust that she's going to make the play. So I literally put in an offense in the last day or two that just kind of changed around some positioning, but it just put her in the middle of the floor, and I said, get it here, and she'll make the right decision. And, she got it to Christine a number of times. She got it to Nina. Against Arizona, she had to hit threes. That's not what we needed her to do today. So we got the ball to the middle of the floor, and then they had no answer over the top for these two. And so I think that was a key to it. And then AT and Kiana's numbers aren't as gaudy, but they handled frontline pressure. We only turned it over 12 times against a team that forces the most turnovers in the conference. And, you know, just by being able to break pressure, we eventually got it past their front line and where it needed to go.
So for the players and maybe for you too, Lindsay, is one of the differences this year, you know, about the ability, the maturity to like make adjustments like halfway through the game, you know, because in the past you might have like, you know, this chippies and then for the rest of the game it was really rough sledding, but now you guys are able to adjust more along the way.
I believe it doesn't actually start with the game. It started with our film right after Arizona, and then before that, but we were locked in on Arizona. We had some pretty nasty things to watch. You know, Arizona, we didn't perform like the way it did, and we just locked in the whole time. We were like, we understand what we need to do. We changed it, and that carried over today when we hit adversity. It was like, we're just going to keep going.
One or two more questions since it's late.
Just any thoughts on Washington State? You got them next. Thoughts on what the threats they pose and all that?
I mean, I've watched obviously more than they have. They have some similarities to Washington, actually. They pressure a lot. They mix up their defenses. They're sort of an equal opportunity offense, a lot of cutting. You know, I joked with these guys that Melgoza was coming in as, you know, the leading scorer in conference play, and that's actually incorrect. Rostova played 2 games only and was averaging like 33. So 2 hot scorers coming in, and a team that plays really hard and tries to disrupt the game with how they play. I think, you know, we remember that we didn't win up there last year. We more so about this year, we want to sweep this weekend. We want to take care of business. It's nothing like, you know, years past. Like, this is a different group that'll be focused. So we'll get them ready to go and just, you know, be kind of locked into the game plan for Sunday.